Tabi Chawinga with a shot, it's just gone wide. And it just tells you that there's danger lurking. And Malawi know that they have to get a goal back. She is so good in tight spaces. Look at what she does. And that's not far off the target. Putting on that right foot of hers. And then afterwards, anything can happen. Lovely little spin. Gombelek working really hard there. It's been picked up. There's no handball called there by Simwaka. But stolen there by Gombelek. And there's the high ball that goes over to the right-hand side. They need to keep it away from Eto if they want to try and stop goals from being scored against them. That's a great bit of running down the left-hand side, like what Moulay is doing, but look at Eto, she has battled back and wins the free kick for Cameroon. And I think that's what you've got to also look at. They are fighting for this. They're up for it in such a big way. They've missed out on 3 titles in the past, and now they most definitely want to get themselves that crown that they've been waiting so long to have. Their last final was back in 2016, 10 years ago. And then 2 years previous to that, and then we have to go back to 2004 for the first, all against Nigeria. Never scored a goal. They've scored 3 now. Lovely control over on that far side, but knocked out for a throw-in for Malawi. Pushing the ball to Tabi Chawinga, can't get a crossover to the left-hand side. Moulay comes up and down on the ground, clutching her ankle. Here's Monique Ngok. Medical team not summoned, and throw and take it. Look at that, surrounding her, 3 players. Nice little piece of play there. The ball does get pulled back, and it has been cleared as well. Only as far as Makanda Wile, trying to get the ball back over to the right-hand side towards Temwa. They can't do it. And battling back to make that safe at the back. It goes back to Alafandika, but it's only gone as far as Ngobelek. She sets the ball forward. There's the danger. Mariangal Manga goes past the goalkeeper. Oh, she struck it wide. An improbable miss. As she went in search of a hat-trick. Mariangal Manga. Open goal. Firing it wide. Look at the delivery of that pass over the top. And then she holds up a marker, strokes it past the goalkeeper, Sekelo. And the rest, well, she want to try and erase that from her memory. Wow. And the reaction from Samuel Eto. He can't believe his eyes. And a little check, as you can see, regarding a potential penalty. Oh, there's the challenge. She clattered into Ngamanga, Makanda Wire. She's going to go and take a closer look on the screen. The on-field review. Oh, this would be a massive blow for Malawi if this gets given. I mean, they've got to score it first, but if this is awarded, that will be even more complicated for Lovemore Fazili and co. Oh, wait there a second. We're going back up the other end. This is a previous moment here. So, Tabi Chawinga. Okay. the hands, there's a right arm there, and that looks Toko and Joya going into the neck, and Tabi Chawinga goes down. We all know that there's clusters of players trying to take out Tabi Chawinga and extract her. Nothing there is the call from Shahinda Said Ali El Maghrabi. No penalty. Okay. A bit of drama at the start of the second half. Come on. What more can we ask for? Nice little spin there. Toko Enjoy it. Toko Enjoy it. Has been picked up in the midfield. Sani doing some great work there as the ball stretched out over to the left-hand side. But look at what Naomi Eto is doing. She couldn't just sneak the ball past her marker, Moulay, but she was definitely coasted over to that far side to just get on the end of that and make it hers. Valentina Moulay will know that, well, this is very impressive performance from Cameroon. And I think that, you know, when you actually knock out the 10-time champions Nigeria in the quarterfinals, you know that you're in a pretty good place. That's what Cameroon managed to do. The crazy thing is, both Cameroon and Malawi, they weren't actually qualified for the competition. They'd been Malawi got a bye because Congo Brazzaville. There you go. That's going to be a free kick over on that far side. Congo Brazzaville withdrew, so they got a bye into the second round, and then they managed to comfortably beat Angola. Whereas Cameroon, they lost against Algeria, only to have CAF decide that they wanted to expand it to 16 teams. So, I mean, both of these nations very happy to be in the final. But Cameroon so up for this. Has been picked up, good control there from Eto once again. The ball comes back in. Sani, the referee blocking that pass. It will be collected once again in the midfield by Kinzimu. From Lilongwe. Down on the ground, and the referee will bounce it. There you go. Now you can play. Now the ball's just flying a little bit too quickly past Timwa Chawinga, who would love to get a bit more possession. They have to test Michele, the goalkeeper, because that's not what they've managed to do. As the battle continues there with Ngumbelek, and the ball comes out wide. Naomi Eto, just a little nudge to get past there. Kumalo, there's a little touch there. It has been picked up. Good opportunity to move forward, but tidying up at the back solidly is Colette Nzana. It just goes out, couldn't control it over on that far side, but still the idea was a good one to find space over on that side, because Eto has been on fire. Lovely little turn, lovely little control of the ball. Has been picked up, and Gok gets the ball out. It's been intercepted there by Kumalo. Tabi Chawinga. There's the long ball, that's better. Temwa, little touch, Temwa. Trying to cut through, gets the ball back, that's nicely done. The chance for a volley there, she couldn't quite do anything with it, Sani, but the idea was really good. And the pass that came back from Temwa was pure quality, as we see Kandawiri just going down to the ground from that challenge. Free kick it is. Malawi getting a bit more possession. Now they've got to be accurate with the passing. Has been picked up once again. Kandawiri with that right foot. Lofts it into the penalty box. There's the header. It's flicked back up into the penalty box. Sani with a little touch. It goes over the top. It has been collected there by Mulombika. Kumalo. Nice spin, nice turn. Oh, there she is doing what she does best. Unable to make that space hers. The defence diffusing the danger. That's wonderfully worked to just spin off a marker and a long-range shot. It's a bit of a grass cutter. Didn't really get behind it. 10 minutes in, Manga with a brace. Eto with a goal in the middle, and a 3-goal cushion for Cameroon, with Malawi looking for an answer. Some changes in the midfield, which has helped them a lot better. They're looking more dangerous when they collect the ball and pass it around. Little touch that's gone back there, and Fandika through the middle with Madise. Madise out to the left-hand side. Here's Kumalo. It's a little bit too far-fetched there for Moulay to get hold of that. As I said, a little bit more diligent with the passing. Don't rush it. They construct, they move into the midfield. That's where this battle's going to be won. At the moment, it's Cameroon who've got the bragging rights. Oh, look at the way that she's drilled that away. And Colette and Zana really smashing that. But again, they've just given the ball away. It's over the top, Mendua. Let's see what she's got in the sand grease. Mendua, Eboloa. That's great work. That really is strong defensive work. And she knew what she had to do there, and it was basically taking a sting out of that attack, because, well, if it's Mendua on one side or it's Eto on the other, these wingers have been having an absolute blast. The positive thing is that Malawi have got 2 more shots on than they finished with at the end of the first half. They're up to 3 compared to Cameroon's 8. The only difference is that they don't have a goal to chat about, brag about, celebrate. An arm that just went right across Sinwaka. It really is no-nonsense defensive play here from Cameroon. They're going back to the FIFA Women's World Cup. Strong as the ball coming in. Temwa! She can't get the shot in. It gets cleared. It's over on the far side. It has been picked up. And Sinwaka trying to get the pass across. It doesn't happen. She's racing back. She's a sprinter. That's strong work. Mendoa's brilliant protection of the ball and able to get shaken by Asimenia Sinwaka. Wow. Here is the free kick. Centre back in the midfield. Here's Toko Njoya. Toko Njoya trying to thread the ball through to Mendoa. Coming back to try and deal with that. Well, she's just allowed Mendoa to get past her and picks it up. But Fandika, she really needs to get in there first, otherwise she will get shaken, stirred, and afterwards she's watching the ball fly past towards one of their teammates who are capable of scoring goals from all sorts of positions, even with their back to the goal, and they're spinning and volleying in with a loose ball that bounced in front of her. Naomi Eto. Toko Njoya. Toko Njoya hits the ball up. There's the header. It's a good defensive header. Gok with a shot. They're giving it to Mendoa. There's the shot. It's blocked once again. Now, the Cameroon supporters are claiming that there was a block with the hands. They're going to probably check this. It's a bit worrying for Malawi. Can't afford to concede another goal. Let's have a look. She struck it so hard. That's the reaction from Valentina Nguele. Play on it. Nothing in it. 30 minutes remaining. Watch out for Temwa. She'll race up there. She gets the ball back across. Here she is. It's Tabby. Tabby's doing it. There's the shot. Oh, it's just gone wide. Temwa Chawinga couldn't quite turn and drove it into the back of the net. The first shot from her sister was a fine strike. The follow-up, she had to go and try and collect. When it goes out, just look at this. And I think McKaylee gets a little touch to it as it goes out. And Kumala will come down, and it's a, yeah, it didn't take a touch, right? It's a goal kick. They got to get back, they got to get back into bend. Now we get to overlap. Chance to get a decent crossover. It's just got wide. Didn't quite connect the way that she wanted to. Drilled out behind the goal, but again, you've got to understand that they get themselves into that position because it's quick thinking. They move the ball up and they've already got it in a midfield position. And you've got to backtrack and keep your eye on the ball at all times. That's a great touch. That's a really good touch. Oh, Temwa just couldn't quite get the ball. That's a foul coming from behind. A little bit of contact in the midfield there from Temwa Chawinga. She lost possession and she tried to win possession back after that. Not that easy, of course, but Lazana protecting the ball really well, clattering in from the back, offering Cameroon possession once again. And they'll just calm things down. Here's Monique and Gok. Look at that, Tammy Chawinga. But watch out. Oh, she doesn't thread the ball down towards her teammate. That's really good cover play. And just getting the block in to prevent that from going past. Goemelek. Drilled away by Madise. Throwing over on that far side. But you just want to see Malawi get themselves a goal. Just so they can celebrate a little moment of magic, of course. That would be quite extraordinary. But how they can deal with this, I'm not too sure. It's complicated. Cameroon getting the ball back to McKaylee. Well, that's a good touch from Adoa, straight into the path of Toko Enjoyer. Toko Enjoyer gets the ball out to the right-hand side. Moulay goes for the shot. She skied it. The former Fenerbahce player. He's played for Louvre Minprof as well, one of the top teams back in Cameroon. It's actually called the She-Wolves. Well, that's the long ball up there towards Tabi Chawinga. The race is on. It's going to be a free kick for Cameroon. There's a little nudge on Makana. So the Cameroon Prime Minister there, Joseph Dion Ngute, of course, on the side. CAF President Patrice Nsepe. There's the shot there that was wide, coming from Temwa Chawinga. She'd love to get a goal. Strong play there from Genevieve Ngombelek. There's the lofted ball. It goes a little bit too high there for Mundua. FC Ibolawa is the team that have won 2 of the last 3 titles in Cameroon in the women's Division 1. Chance here, over on that far side, Moulay, picked up here by Tabi Chawinga to assist Temwa. Again, it's just it's the Cameroon defence that's just so strong, so solid, so well organised, and they just look, they're hustling in the midfield as well as they win possession. Mundua looking for it down the left-hand side. She's not going to get it first time, but she needs to go looking for it. That's going to be a foul on Eto. Hauled down by Chimzimu. It's 3 goals to 0. 3 goals scored in the space of the first half. There's the free kick. That's kicked away by Chimzimu, who's clashed with an ankle. Down on the ground, there's the ball from Makana down. It's got a little bit too far there for Eto to race onto that. In the meantime, Faith Chimzimu down on the ground and in quite a lot of pain. It was that clearance that she wanted to produce, and there you go, there's the contact coming from Toko and Joya that saw her just clutch her ankle. You can feel the pain. Hopefully she's going to be okay. The Malawi medical team about to race on. The African Football Confederation increasing the prize money in a big way. The total amount of prize money, $5.8 million US. The champions today will get $2 million US. Which it was $1 million in the last edition that took place here in Morocco last year. And it was won by the Super Eagles, their 10th. The runners-up get $750,000 US. And all 16 teams will get $150,000 US each, up from 125,000. There's Temwa Chawinga, picks up, nice little touch, and it's come off Sani on the left-hand side. Little spin, gets the ball back across, it takes a touch. Oh, it's been parried nearly into the path of Temwa Chawinga, but Michele once again, doing what she's been doing throughout this WAFCON, just gets in the way, stops it from going anywhere near anyone. Chimzimu, little spin, little turn. Puts it on her right foot. There's Sani trying to find a little bit of space. She's just kicked the ball over to that right-hand side. And here's the race. And watch it, it's Eto again. She's unstoppable on that right-hand side, looking to try and pick it up. But and Zana's the player who went on a stride forward. Collected here by Toko and Joya. She's got Mundua out on the left-hand side, who picks it up, cuts inside, puts it on the right foot, takes a deflection, comes over the top. Half-hearted clearance, but good enough to find Temwa Chawinga. She can't get that ball through to her sister, Tabita. And it's been collected there by the Mai Kit. Here's Monique Ngok. Eto this time. Eto held and not allowed to spin and find space down on that right-hand side. It's been lofted into the penalty box. It's picked up by Mundua. Kandawere stands on her. She gets past her. Mundua. There's the ball that comes across. Is there anybody there? Well, yes, Marian Garamanga is there, but she can't quite get on the end of it to try and score that elusive hat-trick that she's after. And Cameroon about to make a change. Fatima Kone is about to come on. The Besiktas player, good midfielder, as we see that scoring opportunity. But first of all, it's a free kick, good position as well. The change is going to happen first for Cameroon, and off will come Ngobelek. the Turkey-based player who plays for Ahmed. Strong performance there. Smart, timely substitution for Valentina Nguili. She knows what she's doing. The former goalkeeper for the national team. And on comes Fatima Kone, best player of the season back in 2021. Former Claire FC de Sa, also played at Montauban. Now, Malawi, less than 20 minutes left to play. Can the Scorchers try and stop these flickering flames and get something a little bit more hot in temperature? That shot, not ideal. A lot more Fazili. And of course knows that the damage has been done in the first half. And do a little touch comes off the hand, but the Chimwemwe Madise of Tipi Mazembe just getting in the way of Mendua as the control from Simwaka letting her down, and the ball flies out for a throw-in. Down the line they go. Just not in any race, not in any rush. You can understand what they've done, what they've managed to achieve already. Cameroon very much in the driving seat of this final here, 14th edition. Last edition, of course, took place right here in Rabat. It was Morocco taking a 2-0 lead. Super Falcons coming back and scoring 3. Mandora goes down to the byline. Can she get a decent ball across? Oh, it's just been touched there by Sikelo, and luckily for Malawi, goes out the back door and prevents Ngamanga from getting anywhere near that. Oh, Eto, watch out for the acceleration. Throw in for Malawi. Once again, collecting possession, dispossessed again and again. It's not been Malawi's night. They've come up against a very strong and determined Cameroon. Look at that from Mandua. Little touch there, otherwise you could see that she was there, wasn't she? Waiting to pounce. It's been picked up once again. Danger lurking on that right-hand side, but on that occasion, unable to really get the shot, but she's kept the ball in, and that's the block, luckily, with Chimzimu finally clearing the ball. I thought Kone was going to get a chance to slot the ball into the path of her teammate. Nakana will take this throw in. Eto and Kone down on that far side. It's a free kick going against Kone. Well, that's Kumalo doing a brilliant job. Oosh, big strong challenge there coming from behind. And from Nyaju, the teenager. That's going to be a free kick. Malawi trying to shift the ball, trying to get the ball moving a little bit quicker. Chimzimu constantly looking up. They have to dart into action if they want to get themselves a goal. 15 minutes remaining. Chimzimu. Kumalo. Sani goes through the middle. Chimzimu doesn't receive the right pass, and that's going to go out for another throw-in for Cameroon. Complicated affair for the Scorchers. Missing Rose Kazera in midfield. She has been one of the top suppliers of passes to the Chawinga sisters up front. And having her red carded against Algeria has turned this game a little bit around. It's just enabled Cameroon to just hold that midfield, focus seriously on strong, slick passing, accurate passing, move the ball around, and the triangular passes, just getting themselves really accelerating forward. And it's been complicated for them. As the ball's being set up there, they need to clear it. Or Sekelo coming to the rescue. Nice turn, good protection of the ball. That's come out to the left-hand side. No one's really gone for it. It has been stabbed. Sammy picks it up. There's the shot that comes in. It's not the right shot. And whoa, a little bounce there for Michele, who doesn't keep it firmly in her hands. A half-hearted, a half chance basically for Malawi. Kandawiri. Madise with a little touch there. She gets fouled. You have to take it back a few meters and push it forward once again. Will we see a spectacular turnaround of events, or is this going to be about Cameroon? And then we're shoving, pushing the ball a little bit too far down as the ball just goes out over the line. And Malawi supporters still having an absolute blast. I mean, come on, it's already a great success story. And we do have another chase. Simwaka will go off. And Chikupila comes on. I think we just felt that Simwaka had just run out of energy. Coming on up is a 30-year-old Silver Strikers player. There's a first touch and unable to do anything with that. It'll go out for a goal kick. More Fazili. Now, whatever happens out there today, possession 52%, 48% at the moment. Whatever happens out here today, I think we've just really got to understand just what a celebration it's been for Malawi getting themselves into this final. And that's a brilliant little touch, hauling the ball back into possession. Cameroon on the attack once again. Madise, it takes a deflection, goes out over behind the goal from Eto, and it's going to be a goal kick. They will all go back. All of these scorchers will be going back home to Lilongwe, Blantyre, Rumfi, where the Chawinga sisters come from up in the north, of course. Wherever they will be going back, they will be going back to a hero's welcome. There is no doubt about that. They'll be flying back to South Africa, and then they'll be heading back to the wonderful country of Malawi, where they will be celebrated in a very big way, because this is a success story in itself. Cameroon, lots of experience, and they've really understood how to deal with this Malawi team. But all credit to Malawi and what they've done in this competition. Already, they opened with a 3-2 win against Nigeria, with Temba scoring a brace, Tabita getting one as well. And then Egypt, of course, as we know, with that 3-1 scoreline, but beating Ghana as well. It's just been quite extraordinary. The football's been brilliant. They've given the ball away, Cameroon, and now they got a chance to try and do something. Little touch, no, strong stuff there coming from the captain Zana, and it's been picked up by Mundua. She's got an option to her left there with Marian Galmanga, but she goes out to the other side, and it's not the right decision. With Eto collected by Tokunjoya. Through the middle they go with Kone. Oh, for once a little mistake from Cameroon. Kana can't quite connect, and it goes out for a throw-in. But they've just They've done their homework on Tabitha Chawinga and Temwa Chawinga. And extracting them from the equation as much as possible. You know, teaming up on them, putting 2 defenders, 3 defenders, you know, at the moment that they start to try and control the ball, if possible. It has been a very complicated affair. But I just want everybody around the world needs to understand, you know, just how far they've come. You know, despite the facts, there you go, they couldn't continue with qualification last year because of funding. Well, this year they're here, and look what they've managed to do. It's a brilliant story, and it's one that will be talked about for a very, very long time. And who knows, they'll get their WAFCON title one day. On that day, well, it'll come from this competition here, and the competition that really made its mark for the Scorchers. But here we go, it's Cameroon, and Cameroon on the attack. Look at that for a tackle there from Chimwemwe Madise. She really came across and timed it to perfection. And they're moving forward and having to find space. There you go, that's what they could do when they get themselves a little bit of space. The ball comes out to the left-hand side. There's the delivery coming in. There's Temwa showing the shot coming from Sani. It's blocked there by Toko and Joya. Makanda Weary doing well, battling hard to win back possession. There's no other option to get the ball back. They're firing it. Oh, little header there. There's a chance here for Temwa Chawinga to try and do something. As Sani. Good ball over to the left-hand side. Maybe slightly too fast and furious there for Moulay to race onto. But again, the idea is good. These supporters from Malawi, they are having a party. There's no doubt about it. They're still bouncing. They're still enjoying themselves despite the scoreline. But they do know that they're coming up against experienced quality players. There's Kone down the right-hand side. Kone. There's the shot. It's blocked there. And what a great save that is from Sikelo. And at the other end, maybe we've got something else happening here. They can move quickly. And a challenge there from Moulay. Just look at this. It's Eto down the right side. Of course, there's great save there from Merci Sikelo. Well, she has been outstanding. She really has. Naomi Eto, 1 goal, numerous scoring opportunities, an assist as well. You have to go for it. You have to make it yours. That's a decent ball. It's gone a little bit too far. That's a great bit of battling there to try and get hold of possession. And but look what Ndazana does. Gets the ball back to Michele. First time effort to clear it. Sani with the touch. Has been picked up. There's the attempt to try and go and collect it. Kone does. Over on that right-hand side. Lots of space here. Lots of options as well. Eto looking for the 1-2. Gets the ball back, looking for another 1-2 maybe, or will she try and get the ball back across? That's a good challenge over on that far side, and just to get rid of it, Faith Chimzimu with a lunging right foot just to make contacts and get rid of the ball. Another corner, time running out now for Malawi. The Cameroon supporters are having a blast, of course. They know that they're only minutes away from winning. Oh, that's a great header. It's just gone wide. And what an excellent scoring opportunity that really was. Dora Rose high. And look at the way she came across. She got herself in a perfect position, and she'd beaten absolutely everybody. Just couldn't get the right angle to have that ball fly into the corner of the net and make it 4. Again, the defenders the defender, Nyachu. She's 19, but she looks like she's been playing. She's got another 10 years on top of that of experience. That's Chimzimu unable to continue there. We've got a couple of changes coming for Cameroon as well. I think Michaela Rabat of Cruz Azul in Mexico is about to come on for the Liga MX Femenil. Plenty of presidents in the house tonight. And here we have the change. Abam and Belarus. Naomi Eto'o goes off. I mean, how good has she been tonight? Standout performance. Mendoa goes off as well. Belarus comes on for her. Moulay in Saudi Arabia, born in Yaoundé. There's the ball coming right across, right over the top, and out for a throw-in. Former Malawi Kings FC in the women's team, played for Minsk as well for a few years, and Toulouse. Did Belarus. Few more minutes. Well, they still celebrate, they still jump with joy, they're still having a party here, the Malawi supporters. But it's been a night where Cameroon have really dominated, locking down this game with 3 goals in the first half. Clinical. Finishing from Naomi Eto'o and this lady here, Malawi and Cameroon. The Fenerbahce player. 5 goals scored at this WAFCON, 2 tonight. So add to the 2 that she scored against Mali, and then she scored the winner against Ghana as well. There's the long ball being sent up towards Tammy Chawinga. No free kick. Collected here by Kone. Kone with the option out to the right-hand side. Doesn't make the pass to Belarus. Here she is now, picking the ball up once again, trying to deal with Kamala. The acceleration leaves her marker for dust. And Kumalo, Marine Kumalo. Minute and a half left to play. That's a touch. That's a great acceleration. Let's see if Tammy can get there first. She does manage to have the ball, despite the fact that she's under a lot of pressure. Look at the acceleration, still got that burst of speed. Running out of options. She needs teammates. She needs a little bit of help. There's the delivery coming into the penalty box. Oh, is that going to be a penalty or not? And you can see that Tammy Chawinga went down really hard, but again, it's just down to very strong defensive work at the back. They are just not taking any prisoners. They are holding fort in such a big way that it's complicated for any of these Malawi players to do anything. We're going to hold. There you go. Well, it was a little bit reckless there from the captain, Colette Ndazana. But fair challenge. There's nothing in it. Chimzimu back to Mercy Sikelo. We've got a change, and it's going to be an important change as well, because in a few moments we will see Gabriel Aboudi Ongene come on, the CSKA Moscow player, who's playing in a record 8th WAFCON. 3 minutes of added time. Ball comes out wide to the right-hand side. Chikupila sets it up. Sani. not finding a way through. They're all back defending, literally. Long-range shot coming in. Oh, it's picked up by Tammy Chawinga. There's the turn. Can she get a shot in? Ah, she does get a shot, but it's come back, and it's come back off her for a goal kick. And this is an important substitution. It's because you've got to respect what she's brought to the Cameroon women's game. Gabrielle Ongene is going to come on to replace Malawi and Cameroon, an absolute legend, and a big hug for the 37-year-old. But look at that, she's got off Malawi and Cameroon to a rousing reception, logically so, and Ongene comes on to replace the centre forward who scored 2 goals tonight to put Cameroon firmly in control. Sani collects. We got another 90 seconds. Can they get there? That elusive goal. The ball's been sent down towards Chemwa. The acceleration, she gets there. But look at that challenge coming in from Maikit. She just is there. That's a lovely touch. That really is from Chimsimu. And then she gets fouled. Free kick. Yellow card. It's been a very, very clean game tonight. That is the first yellow card we've seen. Crikey, crikey, crikey. Toko enjoy it. I think I'm right in saying that. Yep, I can't see any of my notes saying anything different. So here we go. And will we get a Malawi goal just to wrap up this final that has been it's been dominated by the experienced Camerooni team. Let's see what they can produce from this. Chimsimu, there it is. Oh, she couldn't quite turn and volley that. Temwa Chawinga. If she'd have connected, you know that it would be going straight into that goal. Now it's just a question of seconds. Well, the ball comes out wide. It's a chance here. It's been picked up by Abam. Gets the ball into the penalty box. There's the goal. Look at that. Lovely touch to get behind Sakalo. And the goal has been scored there. An extraordinary moment here for Cameroon. And again, showing us what they're capable of doing. It's no one else. Gabrielle Ongene. She only came on 2 minutes ago. And the legend, playing in her 8th WAFCON, has scored this 4th goal. It is just, the script was, it's as if it was meant to be. Quite extraordinary. Let's have a look at this again. Well, that was the long ball that went over the top there. It's been picked up on this left-hand side by Abam, and look at that. That is the moment. Well, we'll take a closer look at that. First touch is a delight to the eye, gets past Sakelo, and then knocks it into an empty goal. The question is, will it stand? And I don't think it will. As I watched the replay, I'm watching the pitch, and I can tell you that it just might not stand. But Ongene's celebrating in a big way, and I think she picks up a yellow card in the process for taking off her jersey, celebrating the corner with the Camerooni fans. We got past the 3 minutes, and no goal. It is offside. And a yellow card for Ongene, and there's the final whistle. Cameroon are the champions of Africa. In their 4th attempt to reach the summit of women's football on the continent, they have achieved it, and they've done it with style. Three goals scored in the first half proved to be enough for the indomitable Lionesses, who are all smiles, who are jumping with joy. Well, the Ongene goal actually does count finally. 4 goals to 0. Cameroon beat Malawi in this 14th edition of WAFCON. An extraordinary scenario here. They've waited. They played in the final in 2004, 2014, and 10 years ago. And now they find themselves as champions of Africa, finally. All credit to Malawi. What they've done, what they've achieved. The lowest ranked team in this WAFCON at 153. I mean, Cameroon are at 71, and they get themselves into the final in their first attempt. The future is very bright. But tonight, it is all about Cameroon. What an extraordinary success story for Cameroon. Well, Michele, the goalkeeper, 22 years of age, plays for Benfica, an extraordinary player. 4 penalty saves against Morocco. Cameroon are at the summit of African football. They win WAFCON, but they also head to the FIFA Women's World Cup Brazil 2027. Having qualified in 2015 and 2019, missing out in Australia, New Zealand, but they're back. Well, Cameroon will return back home to Yaoundé, to Douala, and across the country as heroes, but so will Malawi. They'll be heading back to Lilongwe, Blantyre, right across the country, and everybody will be jumping with joy, applauding and appreciating what they brought to the women's game. And CAF TotalEnergies woman of the match, Mary Nga Manga.
Congratulations, a big moment for Cameroon football, a big moment for you. Just how are you feeling from this performance, dominant performance from your players today and the team as a whole?
Right now I feel like it's a dream because Cameroon have been working hard to get at this to have this moment, and today for us to be champion of Africa is a very, very wonderful thing. We just have to say thank you to Almighty God who made everything possible.
And how do you feel about being the woman of the match today? How do you feel about your personal performance?
I'm very happy, when you train hard, the performance have to be hard. And I want also to thank my teammates. Because this is a collective job. So thank you to everyone.
Thank you so much.
Well, let's take a look at the full-time stats then. Here we go, and 51% to 49. And look at the total shot to 8. They came across a lot better. Malawi in the second half, they knew they needed to get shots, but only 2 on goal. It was a little bit complicated. All credit to that Cameroon defence. Super strong at the back, super diligent and meticulous in how they dealt with the Malawi forwards, of course, and just really comfortable. The accuracy in the passing got a little bit better for Malawi, quite similar, just 5 difference in the number of passes. But Cameroon organised themselves well in midfield, made sure that they made those slick moves forward to get the right passes to the right players, and their wingers were causing chaos down the 2 flanks. Well, that's what it will look like. We know that Morocco, Cameroon, Algeria, Malawi, the 4 semi-finalists going to the FIFA World Cup in Brazil next year, of course. But look at that, the 3rd place playoff won by Algeria in a penalty shootout, 3-2. Morocco finished 4th, and Malawi into the final. That's what it looked like. Nigeria and South Africa still in South Africa still in a battle with Ghana to go through to Brazil's FIFA Women's World Cup next year in the intercontinental playoffs. But today it's all about Cameroon, comfortable winners. They managed to beat Malawi 3-0, and the Scorchers unable to deal with the indomitable Lionesses, who really went on a stampede in the first half, scoring 3 goals, slick, fast goals that were scored with that corner there, with a wonderful shot there from Naomi Eto'o, but Marie and Manga with a brace to send Cameroon into raptures as they win their first ever WAFCON, joining Nigeria, the 10-time champions. Equatorial Guinea have won twice, and of course South Africa winners back in 2022. The full-time score, Cameroon 3, Malawi 0. Big hugs for the players with Cameroon Football Federation President Samuel Eto'o, of course, and it means the world to these players to see that they finally managed to do it. They finally managed to get themselves that elusive WAFCON title that they've been going in search for, and of course it just tells you what it means to them when you see these images. It really is quite a magnificent moment, of course. It was all about, you know, what they worked on. Valentine Nguele should be given a lot of credit. She hadn't been long in the job, and of course coming in just a couple of months ago and getting herself so well organised. She is known for her tactics, her discipline. She's meticulous in the preparation. She builds resilience, and she really did make sure that she had the right group of players coming to Morocco for this WAFCON. And it's the right mix. You've got experience, you've got youth, you've also got a goalkeeper who's just extraordinary. And what she's managed to do, of course, within this Cameroon setup is quite remarkable. The Benfica goalkeeper, Michele Bahini, has just been quite sensational. 3 clean sheets in 5 games, which is now 4 in 6. There's 2 goals conceded, which still remains the same, and 4 penalties saved. That in itself just tells you what a phenomenon she has been. But this is about the entire team and what they've achieved. the awards ceremony that will start very shortly here in Rabat, here at this Moulay El Hassan Stadium.
Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the trophy of the TotalEnergies Conference of Cup of Nations Morocco.
Trophy being placed on the plinth. With new champions about to be crowned here in the Kingdom of Morocco. Matches played across Rabat and Casablanca over the past 3 weeks.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will begin the TotalEnergies Cup of Nations Morocco 2026 medals and trophy ceremony.
A fourth winning team about to come up onto the podium in 28 years of WAFCON action. And in this 14th edition, we had 85 goals scored and 9 penalties. And 6 goals that were scored in the play-in matches, of course, that took place here for the Inter-Confederation playoff matches between Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire and South Africa and Nigeria, both 2-1 results. So we got 100 goals that were scored here in Morocco until today, with these 3 that we had for Cameroon in the first half. Well, she played her heart out. So with Chawinga, the Olympic Leoness player from Rupti in the northern region. Nika National Park, just on the doorstep, of course.
Please welcome on stage the companies WAFCON CAF President, accompanied by the congratulations.
CAF President Patrice Motsepe. FIFA President Gianni Infantino. An important moment, this, in recognition, of course, of the fabulous football that we've seen from these 2 finalists. Just moments away from picking up the medals and, of course, lifting the trophy. But some presidents from Cameroon and and Morocco. Nice little moment there.
والآن نقدم لكم جائزة اللاعب النظيف. The third play team trophies order to Algeria.
Algeria coming up onto the podium. And that's the Fair Play Team Award, of course, as you can see. I mean, come on, it's undisputed goalkeeper award goes to no one else but Michele Hini, the wonderful hero against Nigeria, and of course what she produced, all of those shots, incredible. That is the Golden Glove Award, proudly showed off. She was outstanding, she really was. 4 penalties saved against Morocco, tagged out in open play, and then those penalties in the shootouts. Well, the top goal scorer, the best goal scorer, no one else but Temwa Chawinga, 5 goals and 2 assists. And only separated with Malawi and Cameroon, who also scored 5 goals, but she didn't have the assists.
TotalEnergies winner of the competition trophies order to play number 14.
She's extraordinary, Umwani Kangok. She gets the Player of the Tournament award, the midfielder from Mufu, just east of Yaoundé, with the CAF president, Patrice Mosepe. A wonderful moment there. Former FC Fleury player, and just signed actually for Washington Spirit just last month. Samuel Eto'o, the FIFA president Gianni Infantino. That's a special moment for her.
والآن فنرحب بحكام المباراة النهائية للبطولة. Let's welcome to the podium the match officials of the final game.
Well, they did a brilliant job out there today. And Said Ali El Maghrabi, the Egyptian, her 3rd straight WAFCON, but back-to-back 3rd place matches, and that's her first WAFCON final. All credit to her and her team, of course. And we had Quincy Victoire of Mauritius, with Huda Afine of Tunisia, Consentia Benyon and Togo. And the VAR official Dosaf Kanusi of Tunisia, Zakaria Bouchtawi of Morocco, and Leticia Antonella Viana of Eswatini. Well, what a tussle. The Algerian team bettering their quarter-final finish in the last edition, which was their best to date. And finally, after not getting out of the group stage in the first 5 WAFCONs, but on their 7th attempt, they get themselves into the semi-finals, and with it, they qualify for the FIFA Women's World Cup Brazil 2027. Very happy. And then they went on to beat Morocco, the hosts, in that 3rd place clash, the bronze medal game. penalty shootout. Chloe Ngazi, one of the stars, the goalkeeper, of course. That's been a wonderful journey for Algeria. And that will be their first ever FIFA Women's World Cup that they'll take part in when they head to Brazil next year. But they didn't manage to go that step further and get into the final, losing 3-1 against Malawi. With, of course, the sisters scoring goals. Tabita Chawinga with a brace and Tenwa scoring that third goal, but Ben Stiti, very well respected coach, who's done a marvellous job in guiding Algeria to third place. Well, I think this is a proud moment for everybody back home in the southeastern country in Africa. Family photo for Algeria as the Malawi players go up onto the podium to receive their medals. I mean, what fabulous football we saw. All credit to Tabi Chawinga, who will return home as a hero with all of her teammates. And then he'll be back to Lyon in the Rhone Valley. The Olympic Lionesses who will be down there and waiting for her to return. To get ready for the new season, of course, but they were all incredible out there over the past few weeks. And it's great for the country. We'll see, hopefully, a lot of growth. They've already got a set plan and opportunities coming for young girls right across the country, right up in the north. And I think that it's been set up there by the Chawinga sisters coming from Rumti and having to travel and go the long way and Blantyre to get to play football. Now there's an infrastructure that will enable the young players of the future to follow in their footsteps. But it's all smiles for these Malawi supporters who have come here to follow the Scorchers in their journey all the way to the final. A fairy tale story for Malawi, for Lovemore Fazili and Maggie Chombo. This is the moment the indomitable Lionesses get their chance to come up and see the trophy that they're going to lift in a few moments. Incredible ride, built on a brilliant defence. Big big smiles. I think when you look at what they've managed to put together, they've just been so solid, so connected, and so well organised. A little selfie there. Mary and Manga just taking full advantage of the whole situation, and why not? And a fair few Cameroon supporters coming here to join in on this memorable moment. And Joseph Dion Ngute, the Prime Minister of Cameroon, everyone wants a picture. Everybody wants to have their selfie because you want to just remember these magical moments. Everybody's smiling, everybody's celebrating this, and love the glasses, love the style. They always have it, don't they? They're already starting to strut their stuff on the podium. Moments away from the trophy lift, which will send the whole nation into raptures. Scored in a WAFCON final until today. They conceded 8 goals. Now they've got 3. And the captain about to go and join the team. She'll logically have the trophy in her hands. Gabrielle Ongere, the 37-year-old, in her 8th WAFCON, enjoying these special moments. Will she get to go again? We just don't know. All we know is that she was there and she played her part in Cameroon's first ever WAFCON victory. Cameroon are the champions of Africa. New champions prevail here in Morocco. The celebrations can now begin. Victorious across this campaign. Totally deserved. And a 4th champion of Africa now, following in the footsteps of Nigeria, Equatorial Guinea and South Africa. Well, they worked really hard to get to this final, and 3 goals in the first half. That set this up perfectly for the first ever WAFCON title.
2005, lost by 5-0 up against Nigeria. 10 years later, in 2014, they lost by 2-0 against the Super Falcons as well. And in 2016, losing by a single goal to nil up against Nigeria. And then, 10 years later, finally crowned the champions of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. This is a team that truly had to grind out results. Fourth time in the final, and they get to make history though.
Yeah, I think it's been a long time coming. Looking at the players, like the captain as well, who's been there. I'm sure it's well over 15 years. Your Bellerose, Abam as well. There's so many players that I even mentioned in the build-up, the Crystal Manes, that have been yearning for this opportunity. And I think this is just a reminder also to the Cameroonian Federation that these women have been in the game for long. They deserve everything that they have and that they've achieved. And I'm hoping that seeing Samuel Eto'o there as the president as well, he understands what this moment is. I think it's just a moment that is bringing Cameroon football back. And that's the belief. And I'm just happy for Cameroon that they finally are rewarded, because they are one of those teams in the tournament that were just missing this support.
They certainly came close on a number of occasions, and this is the Central African country that, of course, wins it together with Equatorial Guinea. The celebrations continue. This is a team that really had to give it their all, and what a flawless performance it was in the final.
Yeah, indeed. I think we developed a new era. We look at the top three. That was there in 2024, 2022, 2024. Nowhere to be found. South Africa, Morocco, Nigeria. And I think, again, the stars that Nigeria had around their T-shirt, it takes 10 years for Cameroon to once again, for the first time ever, male or female, to get this trophy. I think it's a big historical moment for the nation, and they've done exceptionally well. I'm sorry for the certain seniors that were not there because of whatever issues that they were having, but they came together, they united at a very critical time. 2 months for the coach for shoot. How long is that to prepare a team and to just get a final winning, a championship winning Cameroon?
Yeah, and it just shows you the hunger that the players had. Individual brilliance came together. I always say that when you prepare a team, if defensively you are sound, you're gonna go further and you're gonna do it consistently. You'll have the confidence, because defending is the most difficult thing to do, because you are teaching principles of defending that constantly you have to be aware, you have to be concentrated, you have to remember your roles, you have to remember where are we, if I lose the ball, what do I do next? And some players, it's unnatural for them to be defending, because when you're attacking, it's instinct, you don't think about it, So you look at this team, they had one of the best defenses in the tournament. And also, when we started, I said they only had 10 shots at goal on target. Not at goal, but on target. And today, they created 6 big chances and they scored 3 of those, meaning that they were sparing everything for the penalty. And it's today that they were sparing all the important aspects of it. You can never beat the defending champions and beat the host and not go all the way to win it, especially with so much experience. 13 times that we've been in the WAFCON, out of the 14 times that the WAFCON has taken place. You've got to give yourself credit. And I'm happy, we are talking about here with the panel to say, finally, Cameroon will understand why it's important not to neglect the women's game.
Bold statement there.
Yeah, very bold, but I think it's something that, alongside many other federations, women's football globally it has grown in leaps and bounds. And if you stay behind or you don't even get to actually do your work as a federation, you will be caught out and you will miss out on very key competitions. I mean, today we are talking about the Nigeria that's not going to the FIFA World Cup for the first time since 1991. And that also speaks to the federation, the work that they have done, or maybe that they haven't done, which is where they are at this present moment. So take your, bow down and do everything that you need to be doing in Cameroon, but also ensure that all the dots are right. All the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed.
Yeah,
So that they can be able to be properly taken care of by the next FIFA World Cup in Brazil.
We then look at a player that was very influential in this game, and that is Ngamanga. she gets the first goal, and this is a player that played with a lot of confidence in this final.
Yeah, lots of confidence. I think as a typical number 9, we didn't see that physical encounter in the box alongside the two centre backs, but in choosing moments of when to step up, holding the line, I think in this particular tape, it's one of those moments where you're a striker, you could easily go short and try and receive, but you're just always lurking. Striker's instincts, you have to stay in the box. So, yeah, another defensive error from Malawi, of which I think if they had taken better care of these sort of situations, maybe they could have stood a chance.
Yeah, I think I've been speaking about Manga, going from only having 3 goals before this match, and she ensures that she's also one of the counted strikers that finishes on 5 goals amongst Temwa Chawinga, amongst Labra who since being eliminated, she was eliminated as a top goal scorer, and also even now, you've got Manga who's coming in there, and also another one was eliminated is Ines Conan of Ivory Coast. So I think she can be proud, a very young girl, a lethal striker, as Turkey mentions. She's got that instinct. We've never seen her going wide, off target. She's always making sure that she's staying put and waiting for the right moment, especially when the ball, she's almost like smelling those mistakes that the defenders and the goalkeeper will be making, and she wants to be the first one to get to that ball.
This was the 13th WAFCON final that was decided in 90 minutes open play. But also, you need to look at how they opened up Malawi. They really stretched them wide.
When you're a Cameroon side that plays maximum 3 touches for individual player, and they know when to take individual brilliance, carry the ball and dribble and go further, it's in the final third. At this moment, you can see it got to a head where she has done everything to stay onside, beat the line, and the pass is precise to her, stays on her feet for as long as possible, and she does everything right here, except the last part where you have to finish. And I love that she realizes that I didn't do so well, but she doesn't give up when it comes to that. And this shows why she's a player that's at Galatasaray, 15 goals, 15 games, 27 goals. So that's last season. So she's a goal poacher, and she's a team player. They took note how Malawi lost against Zambia, and they